Good morning, Dr. Ray. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning. How are you?
I am good. How are you?
Wonderful.
Busy? Gearing up?
Very busy.
Well, Dr. Ray, safety, of course, top priority for parents and you all, I'm sure. So what is the district doing to make sure everything is going as smoothly and safely as possible with Delta cases now surging?
Well, we're always going to follow signs. And as you know, in the springtime, we started school. We reopened school, and many of our students returned, and they returned safely. This summer, we have Summer Learning Academy, and thousands of our students are in school, and we're going to continue to do what we've been doing, and that's keep students first, and we're going to ensure that they remain safe. Of course, we're still practicing social distancing. Not only that, all students, all teachers, anybody entering into the school must wear a mask.
I was going to say, you guys are the only district that has that requirement out right now. What went into you all making that call when others in the area aren't?
Well, the American Pediatric Academy, along with the CDC, all recommended that children wear masks. So we just made a decision to keep our students safe and our staff safe. There are over 200, the numbers in Tennessee have spiked over 200%, and locally only 37% of citizens here are vaccinated. So at the end of the day, we've said it when we shuttered schools back in March 2020, when we were safer at home before the city, county, or the state. It's always been about safety.
Well, SCS is offering remote learning for students, but if a student needs to either switch from remote to in-person to remote, are they going to be able to do that?
So let me be clear. School starts August 9th. All 100% in person.
Oh,
so
really? No remote?
There's no remote learning option. We thought that it would be best that students learn in person, given that, the remarkable job we've done in the spring and the summer. Also, I think the state legislature made it very clear about possible irreparable harm if we do have remote learning. But nevertheless, I believe in our teachers. Our teachers have given so much of themselves during the pandemic, and the staff, and our parents, who's really been very cooperative during this turbulent time. But most of all, we're going to continue to keep students safe, and we're going to do that in person.
Now, we're talking about in-person learning. What about buses? Because we know that can also be an issue. So how are you keeping students safe that way?
So the school bus has always been an extension of the classroom. So the same things we're doing in the classroom, we're doing on the bus. We're going to social distance, as much as possible. Of course, we encourage students to wash their hands before they get on the bus. Wear your mask on the bus. Keep your hands to yourself. It's those things, because we're naturally sociable people, and we want to hug and we want to touch and shake hands or trade pencils and do whatever. And we have strict guidelines and rules and protocols that our students are going to learn and continue to learn and relearn. At the end of the day, safety is priority, because I know if students are sick, they can't come to school. If they can't come to school, it has a direct impact on student achievement.
We've seen that with the test scores that came out. So you're hoping to not have that learning loss. How are you guys going to combat that?
Yes, we call it learning opportunities. And we have some of the best school teachers in the nation right here in Memphis, Shelby County. And one thing we've done in grades K through 2, we're reducing class sizes from 25-1 to 13-1. We're offering before, during, and after school tutoring. And we're doing everything we can to give our students that advantage. But of course, mental health issues are real. And we want to be very sensitive to what our students have, gone through. They've lost family members. They've seen family members sick. People walking around with masks on. That could be terrifying in and of itself. So we want to be very sensitive and have our arms open figuratively to welcome our students back, to ensure that they're mentally ready to learn. But not only our students, our teachers and staff and principals and guidance counselors, teacher assistants. I met with the cafeteria managers yesterday, just talking to them about the goodness of Shelby County schools, but also listening and garnering feedback around how they feel about this school year, and just wanted to ensure that, hey, Memphis Shelby County Schools is a great place to be, and we do understand that COVID-19 has really put people under a lot of stress, and we want to be cognizant of that. Together, we must believe. Together, we will achieve. Together, we're reimagining 901.
Well, you heard it, and have a great start to the school year.
Bless you. Thank you.